So, like, all right, you would put the
We'd make a table.
yeah, and then you'd
Make a
put
table.
every number that was. Oh, this is weird. What the heck?
Okay,
Uh,
we're gonna start with the two endpoints, -6 and -4 for the first piece.
okay,
And they're gonna go into this 5 over 2x plus 15.
okay.
So could you put -6 in for x and -4 in for x?
Yes. Is that correct?
I didn't hear you, I'm sorry. And I know you're having a little bit of audio issues tonight. I mean, if you want to type your answers in the chat, that's
Oh,
fine. Just maybe say the answer a couple of times. What is the result when you put in -6 for x and 5 halves x plus 15?
okay. Yeah, sorry. That was weird. So you would get -6 plus 15.
Nope, you have to multiply by 5 halves first.
Oh, sorry, I did the multiplication wrong. 30. So -15. So 0.
Yes. And then do the same thing for -4.
Okay. -4, so -20. So 5.
It is 5. Now, is it an open or a closed circle at -6? And you have to look back at the inequality.
That should be. Oh man, where did I put my notes? Crap.
That's okay. I'll redo it here. If it's either of these, it's the filled in circle. If it's
Okay.
this one, it's the open circle.
All right.
So help me out here. Does the -6 get an open or a closed circle?
-6 gets a closed circle.
Okay, how about the -4 point?
That should be open.
It is open. So we go to our graph, we go to -6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the left, and then -4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We put an open circle. We know it's a line, so we draw a straight line between them. Okay, you don't have to graph these. I know it's tough without graph paper. Um, I'm thinking maybe you have this handout, maybe not, but that's the first piece. Now for the second piece, it's the same thing. We're going to put the endpoints in. What are the endpoints for the second piece?
Um, so -4 and 5.
Yes. So those go into this -2 square root x plus 4 plus 2.
Okay.
Could you do that for me and let me know what you come up with for each of those?
All right. Square root of 0 is just
0.
0, right?
That's right.
Okay. Mm, so it should be 2 for the first one.
-4, 2, you said? Yep.
And then -4.
Yes. Okay. Open or close circle at each.
Um, open for both.
Very good. All right. So -4, 2 is right there. 5, -4 is 1, 2, 3, 4 is there. Now, because it's a square roots have kind of this curvature to it. Probably remember that from earlier in your course. So you cannot connect them with a straight line.
Okay.
It has to have sort of a curve. Now, because of this negative in front of the root, it's inverted. So you got to sort of do something like this. You could also add in another point like 0. That would help to figure out what to do here. But you need something like that. You have to show some curvature.
Okay.
All right. Now there's a third interval here. 5 and 10. Could you put those in there into the third piece and tell me what you come up with?
Okay. Um, so 5 is -4 and 10 is 1.
Okay, agreed. Is it an open or closed circle?
Oh, open and then closed.
There it is. Okay. 5, -4 is actually that same point, still open. 10, 1, there's actually not enough room. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. So something like that. It is a straight line. Okay. Any questions on how to make the table?
Nope.
Okay. Reason I ask is I typically ask you to do the same thing, but on your own. I just want you to make the table for these three.
Okay.
So there's three tables.
Yep.
Go ahead and work that out and let me know if you have any questions.
Okay. You want me to do all three and then tell you?
Up to you. You can do one at a time and check in with me. Do your best, as always.
All right. -7, 0, 0. Okay. For the first one, -7 and 0 are the x's, and -7 and 7 are the y's.
All right, so let's do this. Make sure you read them as an ordered pair, -7, -7, 0, 7. That way
Okay.
it's clear for everyone, not just me, just everyone. Uh, yeah, good job. Go ahead and do the next one.
Okay, I got 0, 9
Okay.
and 2, 5.
All right, now I should have done this in the first one. Is it an open or a closed circle for each?
Open for all of them.
So far, yes. All right, good. Keep going.
Okay. And then 2, 4 and 10, 4.
All right. Now tell me, and so this is an open and a closed. Tell me a little bit more about what each of these are. The 2x plus 7, what's a name that you could give to that?
To which one? Sorry.
How would you describe the graph of 2x plus 7?
Um, hmm.
Let's go back to the previous one. How would you describe this thing right here? What's a one word you could use to describe that?
Like a piece? I don't know, like
Line.
uh
It's a line.
okay.
Okay. What is 2x plus 7?
A line.
How about minus 2x plus 9?
How are you able to tell like so quickly what it
Okay,
is?
good, good. That's what I want you to, that's what I was hoping you'd ask or get to. Mx plus b is a line. If it's just a number, it's also a line, but it's a horizontal line. When it had a square root like that, you knew that it was a square root. To answer your question more specifically, it's the power of x. Lines have x to the power of 1. Square roots are obviously square roots of x. What about a quadratic? What does that look like?
Uh, I don't know.
Power of 2. Have you
Okay.
seen that before?
Yeah.
Okay. So quadratics either open up or they open down, something like that.
Okay.
All right. So the first piece is a line, the second piece is a line, the third piece is what? With the power of 2.
Quadratic.
It's a quadratic, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna see why that's an issue in a moment here. Um, so let me just get this framed a little better. All right. So we said -7, -7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's point 1, 0, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so that's a line. The next piece, 0, 9, and 2, 5. 0, 9, and then 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. But then the third piece was 2, 4, and 10, 4, which ends up being 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that was an open. And then 10, 4, which is over here. Now this is a quadratic, so we know that it has sort of a U shape. So you can't just draw a straight line between the 2 points, which means you need to do something a little bit extra. You really need what's called the vertex. So could you put 6 into that equation and let me know what you come up with? The third one there.
The third one?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm confused. What am I like putting into it?
The third equation here, third piece, you're putting 6 in.
Oh, okay. It should be 0 then, right?
It's not 0. I mean, 6
Oh,
minus
plus
6 is
3.
0, 0
Sorry,
squared is 0.
3.
Yeah, yeah, 3. There you go. So that extra little piece helps us to graph this thing. So this is one of those things where like I feel like because we haven't been working together long enough, like there's a lot of uncertainty about a lot of stuff. Maybe that you know, um we need to go back and review maybe some of this, but good job on that. So I feel like you have that part down. Um Again, do you have any idea of the format of the quiz?
Um,
Like what the style is?
I mean, it's probably. I'm trying to think of like if he's talked about domain and range because sometimes he likes to like just like throw a little trick in there, you know? Like we'll go
Yeah,
over
we're gonna
something
get to that. Yeah,
like,
we're gonna get to that. I want to do just one more kind of problem here
okay.
with you, which I guess we did do something like this. Okay. So I don't know how clear is this graph? Can you tell that that's a 0 and this up here is a 5 and this is -5 and this is 5? Is that clear?
Uh Clear enough. Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me the value of f of 0 from the graph?
2.
It is 2. How about uh, f of -3?
Uh that is 0. Or it's kind of weird because that's the open dot.
So is there anything at the open dot?
Mm, just an open dot. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that's why we're talking about these. This does not exist
Okay.
because there's nothing there. All right. How about f of -6?
Uh that would be 4.
It is 4. Okay, good. All right, let's go and let's talk about domain and range. I'm gonna start with some really basic examples, then maybe we'll get to some graphing. But let me do this. I'm gonna put a filled in dot there and an open circle there. Okay, and let's talk about domain, and then we'll talk about range. Domain refers to the x values. What is the left? What is the leftmost x value in this picture?
3.
3 is over here.
Or -3, sorry.
-3. Okay. Is that included or excluded?
Included.
Why? Why is it included? What about the graph tells you that?
I remember you had said something. I don't know if it has to do with the dot, but
It
that's what I'm gonna
does.
go
It
with.
absolutely
Yeah.
has something to do with the dot. So since the dot is filled in, what symbol goes with the filled in dot? In this case, it's a less than or equal to. What is the rightmost x value?
Um, 2.
Is 2 included?
No.
Okay. Now just stare at that until you understand why those are the domain, why that is the domain. Just make up your own sort of reasoning for that so that it's clear.
Okay, so it's always just left to right then.
It is left to right. Those are the exact words I was going to use. All right, the range. The range is the y. Okay. I'm going to give you the words first, though, because it depends on your perspective. It's min to max, bottom to top, low to high. I need the smallest y value. What is the smallest y value?
-2.
It is -2. Is it included?
Yes.
Okay. What's the biggest y value?
2. +2. Or sorry, no. I'm thinking of X there. Uh,
That is the challenge. It's easy to use the wrong number.
5.
Is that included?
No.
It is not. Okay. Might want to take this down as notes. I want to give you one like this to try.
Okay.
The words may be more useful than anything else. I think the words are key to understanding this stuff.
All right. All good. Got it down.
All right. So I'm going to ask you to do domain and range for a new graph here. Assume that's a straight line. It's not drawn very well, but okay. Take your time. If you have questions, please ask, but see what you can come up with.
Okay. 3. Okay, I found the domain.
Okay, what's the
5 is
domain?
5 is less than x, which is less than 3.
Is this what you have written?
Yes.
Okay. Is 5 smaller than 3?
Wait a minute. Oh, I meant -5.
Okay. So
Gotta
if
get
if
that
if
right.
the instructor's grading you, they don't know, you got to be
Yeah,
more clear, right?
yeah.
We don't
Good
have
job.
telepathy yet. All
Yeah.
right. How about range?
Um. B. Okay, I got it. All right. 3 is less than x, which is less than 5.
Like this?
Yep.
Okay. Let's go take a look at our previous one. There's a key difference between domain and range.
Uh-huh.
You've used the same letter for both. Is that,
Oh crap. What was the Oh, it's y, of course.
yeah,
I had that written down too.
yeah.
Oops.
When it used to be, when I played high school basketball, we used reversible jerseys and we sometimes wore the wrong one out on the court, and it was very embarrassing. Uh,
Hmm,
'Cause we didn't know. We didn't know what we were doing. Okay.
that's pretty crazy.
All right. I'm gonna give you another problem here. I'm gonna make it a little bit more difficult. So there's a point. There's a point. Okay. Domain and range. Domain
Hmm.
is left to right. So
Yes.
if you kind of use the words leftmost x value, you might be able to figure this out without an explanation.
Hmm.
I'd like you to give it a try, at least.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Hmm. Okay. I got my domain.
All
Or
right, go
well.
ahead and yeah, go ahead and give it to me whenever you got it.
All right. -4 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 3.
Good.
And then range. -2 is less than or equal to y, which is less than or equal to 5.
All right. So let me ask you about this ordered pair right here. Can you give me that ordered pair where the red is, please?
Like the coordinates.
Yes, exactly. The coordinates.
0, comma, -6.
Okay. Is -6 less than -2?
Oh, yeah.
So here's the mistake. The mistake is to only look at the endpoints. If you use the words, if you say to yourself, what's the smallest y value? And you're like, oh, there it is. Then you have a chance. It is
Okay.
not just the endpoints that you're looking at.
Hmm.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, let's look at another one here. Okay, let's try this one. Domain and range.
All right. Okay. Domain -2 is less than x less than 3.
Good. Range.
Um, let's see. 0 is less than y, which is less than 7.
Yeah, I didn't draw this very well, did I? Um, okay. Is 7 included?
Well, I was thinking since it's at the top, that's like the highest y.
It is, but the way you've written this, it's not included. There's no open circle there.
Oh. Hmm.
So it's a filled in unless it's open.
Okay. Yeah. So
So
less than or equal to, or
yes, yes, there you go. Good,
okay.
good. All right. Good job on that. So where this gets more dicey, and I don't know how much to go into this because I feel like it's really confusing. It really needs to be taught very incrementally, but we'll do as much as we can. So, all right, so here we go. That to there. What do you notice about this graph what do you notice about this graph that's different than the others that we've done?
Um, there's 2 points
There's like two lines. There's a disconnect, right?
or 2 lines. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. And I assume you saw something like this in class.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah.
Well, you were in class, not me. Um, I'm asking just to know how much to explain or not explain. I'm not laughing at you. I just a good laugh there, the way you said that. Probably I
Yeah.
was in class. I mean, I know this is recorded. I mean, sometimes you're in class, but you're not really in class, but
Yeah. Yep. That's
um
the way it is sometimes, man.
it happens in the real life too, real world as well. You could be at work, but not really at work. Um,
Yeah.
so there's a so let me give you the domain and let's see if you can piece this together, why it is this way. So this is -7 less than or equal to x less than or equal to -1. And then it depends on the instructor. It's really an and, um, but I'm just going to put a comma there. And then it's 1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3. Do you see how I have to include both of these intervals?
Yeah.
Now, this is where I'm going to ask, did you guys talk about interval notation?
I don't believe so.
Give me
Hmm.
just a moment, please. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hmm.
Thank you for that. You said you did not see this type of notation in class.
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now the range has the similar issue. It's kind of broken up. It's -2 less than or equal to y less than or equal to 2, comma 4 less than or equal to y less than or equal to 7, like that. So take a look at
Okay.
this. I mean, really kind of get a sense of why it is what it is.
Okay.
All right. So this is the like easy case. There's no overlap. You're probably thinking,
Okay.
what does he mean by that? Well, we'll get to that in a moment. So let's look at another graph here. So let's say you're starting here and you go to there, and then you go here and you come back down here. All right. So let's
Okay.
first start with the domain. Okay. So the domain is -4 less than or equal to x less than or equal to less than 2. Do you see how I came up with that for this first piece?
Yeah.
For the second piece, the domain is 2 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 4. Is it clear how I came up with that piece?
Yes.
So there's really no break at 2. Like even though the graph jumps, as far as the x values go, do you see that it's overlapping here?
Yeah.
Okay, so the real domain is -4 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 4. There's no break.
Okay.
I'm pausing just to sort of like see if there's any disconnect, uncertainty. All right, so the range is -4 less than or equal to y less than 1. But then
Okay.
what's going on here at this with this other piece? Well, it goes from this one on the right up to 3 on up here. 1 less than or equal to y less than or equal to 3. You see that there's an overlap there?
Yeah. The one. Okay.
Yeah, so it's really -4 less than or equal to y less than or equal to 3.
Okay.
And it's kind of a mind, because they're going the wrong direction. Like you the way that I show this is like it's almost like you want to imagine like this point gets pushed up, this point gets pushed down, this point gets pushed down, this point gets pushed down, and everything in between gets smushed. So you can see that it like fully saturates this line there for the x. And then for the domain for the range, it's on the y-axis. So like this point goes to the right, this one goes to the left. And you can see that like all of these lines here, they saturate this y-axis between those two values. I don't
Okay.
expect you to fully understand this, but just is that's kind of the idea.
All right.
Okay, so here's another possibility. So here, here, and then this point to this point down there. Okay, now let's first look at it from the perspective of the domain. Give me the two x intervals.
Uh, -5 and
You have to
4.
use inequality notation.
Oh, sorry. -5 is less than x, which is less than or equal to 4.
Okay, so you've kind of combined them. That one is correct. The range is a bit more difficult here. Do you want to give that a try, or do you want me to talk you through it?
Uh, Maybe talk me through it. Now I'm intimidated.
All right. If we look at this one on the left here, the range is -2 less than y less than 3. If we look at this one over here, see how it kind of overlaps this one from the y perspective?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you use our previous definition of like min to max, well, the minimum y value is -4 all the way up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This right here includes all of this above it. So you would use the one that includes everything.
Okay.
Thoughts on that?
Uh, I get it. Wait, -4 though is
Yeah, what's the see how the smallest y value is -4?
oh, okay.
All right.
Okay, yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
All right. I'm trying to find some graphs here so I can stop making them up because I get tired of making up stuff. No, 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 no. These are all terrible. All right, let's try. I got to modify this graph just a tiny bit, so and then we'll try this one out. All right, so pretend that it's really blue arrow. That's a blue point there, and pretend that it's a open circle there for me, please. And give this one your best effort for domain and range.
Okay.
There's no rush, so just take your time figuring it out.
Okay. Uh, for domain, -5 is less than x, which is less than or equal to 3.
-5 less than x less than or equal to +3 like that.
Yes.
You are correct.
And then for the range, uh, -1. Oh, wait, no, it's not -1. Whoops. It is -2. -2 is less than y, which is less than or equal to 5.
That is also correct. Good. Good. So, um, guess I do have to make some up here. All right. Yeah, I guess I'll just make one up here. All right. Another one for you to try. Let me do this in red. So all right, give this one a try, please, for domain and range.
All right. Let's see. 3. Oh crap! I did it wrong. 1, 2, 6, -6. Okay, -6 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 5.
Okay. About the range.
1 is less than or equal to y, which is less than 3, 6.
Good. Really good. Okay, I'm going to go back and grab some of our graphs from earlier and see kind of the other nonsense your teacher is putting in there. So see if we can work through this last one here. This was like N1, I think. I don't know if that matters, but okay. So the domain on this one's a little bit more messed up. There's a there's a, a missing point here. Like it goes from -4 to -3, but there's nothing in between. So it is kind of disconnected there. So this is -6 less than or equal to x less than -4. That's this first piece. The next piece goes from -3 all the way to +5. But see how it does not include the 5? And then it goes
Yeah.
from 5 to 10. And 10's included.
Why is the 5 not included?
It's an open circle.
Oh, okay.
Open circles are never included. Now, really quickly here, because we are running out of time. I'm struggling. The thing that will look really suspicious here, really familiar, is what we just wrote down is exactly the piecewise inequality part. So this always gives you the domain in a piecewise graph. Sometimes a little massaging is needed, but that is the thought I will leave you with for tomorrow. So this is really the key to writing the domain. But
Okay.
unfortunately,